Good evening. We are in Palm City tonight in Florida. It is 8 o'clock. We are December the 9th. So tonight I bring you back a little bit on my journey, and I'm going to talk about the power of forgiveness. But before to get to this, I just feel like I need to come back a little bit on some of the videos that I made, the topic, because I feel that I just want to make sure you're with me, and because it's not very easy to forgiveness is not an easy subject at the first place, but it's harder, when we have not been practicing few things. So at the first place, I think that God brought me here at this moment, okay? So we all live the moment, okay? So he made me feel that we needed to talk about the power of the prayers. So I've been talking about the power of the prayers, the fears, unconditional love, and love. So the power of the prayers, God made it very clear to me that it was very, very, very important. So whatever is important to me, it's something that I need to apply in my practice, in my journey. Meaning it's something too that you can look at it, on your own practice. So the power, what is the power of the prayers? And what did I get from it? So you see, with the power of the prayer, what I get from it, it's me being closer to God, and it's me getting more strength. It's looking within me, within myself. It's really something that is very personal. It's something that it's really personal to each of us. It's where you really, like, you face your own fate, your own, you make you face you position yourself exactly where you are in this world, because there's so much going on about the religion, there's so much going on with everything, that it's just a time to pause and just stay quiet and take time to talk with God, talk to itself, with yourself. You see, I somehow, it has been like a way that started to make me stronger, because I have proof. He proved me that he was there in different ways, and I can give you like 3 examples, and you're gonna have just follow me with this. We're gonna get somewhere, but we need to just go back a little bit. So with the prayer, for example, with me, I remember that at a certain point in my life, I needed to pray, and I prayed on my knee. And 2 times. One time before, when I was working at Jupiter, when I said Jupiter first. And that night, I just, before to go to work, I just felt like, I just couldn't do it. And I just gave it all to him. I said, God, tonight you're in charge, you're the nurse. I even didn't want to go to work that night. And I needed a good night, but I just feel I couldn't do it. So I said to him, you're in charge, you're the nurse. So I gave it all to him, and what I got in return, and something was totally unexpected. Not only me, but everybody on the whole floor had a great, great night. And I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. It was really cute. It was fun, but this was real. So this was, okay, slowly it's a beginning of building a faith, the confidence, the hope, this all works slowly within us, And then another night, and when I was a different, my different job was here at Health South. And when I was saying my prayer, same thing that night, and I don't always pray on my knee. Don't want you to think that Natalie is always on her knee. No, no, no. It was like there are moments sometimes. It's just like moments where on my journey, it just feel like I needed that to make myself stronger. So that night, before to go to work at Health South, I said to God, and I don't know why, I said, God, tonight I would like to have your blessing. Your blessing. And then, I don't know why, I got up and then I went to work and I was thinking, why did I say that? I had no clue. I did not know why I needed that blessing. Within an hour at my job, somebody came to me. My charge nurse came to me and he said to me, Nathalie, there's a reverend here on the floor and he would like to bless all the nurses on the floor. Would you like to be blessed? I said, sure, I'd like that. You see, this is another confirmation and validation that he is listening. So you see, this is very important. It's important. It's important in my journey. It was important to me, that feeling that whatever matter, whatever happened to me, whatever is gonna, he has my back. He's there. He's listening, and it's nice sometimes to have a kind of proof, like a sign that he's there, that he's really truly there, And I don't like doubts. Doubts, it's not good. And we have, it's nice to have faith, give your whole faith. And the last thing I want to say that really make me strong, because a lot of people keep saying, oh, Natalie is so strong. Yeah, Natalie is so strong. But I just, I talk to God, talk to him too and listen. There was this, and I remember I talked about this one. The other story, and I'll try to make it not too long because we still have to go through a few things before to get to forgiveness. I was working at Fort Lauderdale at Westside Regional Medical Center, and I was on the med-surg oncology floor. And that night, I've had the deep feeling that I was calling to go see a patient that was somebody else's patient. And I'm not going to tell you everything about this because I want to come back to this before Christmas. It's going to be something really, really fun, a nice story. But just to do long story short, that night, somehow I ended up holding this patient's hands. And when I was holding her hand, my little mind was going crazy. And I had a moment, and I said, God, I cannot believe, I have so much work to do. And I'm here right now, like not moving, not just here. That's all I could think. It's all the work I had to do. And God answered to me immediately. It was like this, so quick. He said, this moment is the most important moment. Forget everything else you have to do. And I said, okay, all right. And I just, be quiet and I listened. And I was still holding the hand of that lady. And I saw her taking her last breath in life. This is something I never forgot. But this is just a proof, okay? I wanted to tell you this so you know that he is listening. So the power of the prayers, it's just so powerful. The words are powerful. And and this is important. The belief, the faith, hope. Always have hope. Okay, so following this, this made me feel that made me closer to God. I felt he was, he really had my back, and it increased my strength, and I feel stronger, make me feel stronger. Prayers make me feel stronger. That means that will make you feel stronger too. Trust me. And this raises your, by the way, it raises your vibration. The frequency in your vibration. It's good. Today we're going to talk a little bit about energy. We'll raise your energy, vibration. We're going to play a little bit with more healing. Healing, sickness is low energy. Healing, we're getting higher energy. We'll talk a little bit more about this, okay? And yes, you're right, John. Be still and know that I am God. That's beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna be, I think I'm good with the power of the prayer. This is where I'm coming from, okay? This is how we started to talk. I started my journey on this because I was just listening to, hi, Misha. So this was the beginning of my journey, okay? Following this, I just felt in my heart now that I needed to talk about fear, because I just feel like I had so much fears of everything. There's so much fear. Everybody has fear, so much fear. Oh mon Dieu, am I gonna get, people fear of money, not to have enough money, fear of everything, fear of their boss, fear of not to be loved, fear of rejection, fear of to disappointed others, feel not to be good enough, fear of failure. Fear of failure is a big one. And fear of what people think about me, so much fear. So all those fear, it's just not good, it's just create low energy. It just really create low energy. But we do need to trust that, again, that God He has our back, This is very important because we are all surrounded by fear. For me, I ended up with a stage 4 cancer. It metastasized everywhere somehow. I'm aware I've done this to myself. I'm not blaming anybody for it, but this is why I am in this journey right now, just to look at this, to face it, and do something about it, So I learned a lot facing my own fear. And yes, it makes me stronger. And fear creates diseases, I think I did not say it right, illnesses, let's say just illnesses. So it's very important to let go of fear, because fear is an absence of love. And what I learned from the fear is the way to dissolve the fear is unconditional love. And it's very important. Years ago, you learn from me, okay? I kind of learned more about unconditional love for others and unconditional love for myself. And I can't blame my parents for not teaching me to love myself, because you cannot teach. It's hard to teach something you never learned. My parents were wonderful parents. My mother was wonderful. I want to say it's just a beautiful angel. My dog is having fun here with this ball. But she never learned, this poor thing, she never learned, to love herself, and her own self-confidence was not, needed as well, to needed some work to do as well to build it, and she was wonderful. But anything she wanted to do, because she knew everything. She was so good in everything, sewing, knitting, cooking, kitchen, everything. She was wonderful. But I don't know why. Self-love, unconditional love is something that was never taught to her, and she never passed it on me, for sure. And something I've been have to fight my whole life, you know. So unconditional love, when I first started to talk about it, sorry for the interruption, I made it really clear that unconditional love is first for yourself. And this is important. It doesn't matter what happened to you in life. We have to have unconditional love. And it doesn't mean to be selfish. No, it's just need to really take good care of yourself. Love yourself and give yourself permission. It's really fun. It's something, it's real. It's okay. It's okay to give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to say no. You don't have to always say yes, and say no without feeling guilty. And it's acceptance of who I am. It's unconditional love for myself. It's just and forgiveness for myself. And do those things you want to do yourself. You want to do to make yourself happy. For me, it has been painting. I've been fighting it, thinking I'm never good enough. I'm not good enough. I've been fighting it for 14 years. 10 took me 14 years. Well, my dog needs love here. It took me 14 years, I think, to come back to painting here, because I just thought that I wasn't good enough. So anyway, it's just work. Unconditional love is some work to do, and it's just so rewarding, and it's to believe in yourself, and believe in myself, and and this is very important. This is very, very important. Forgiveness. So unconditional love is the absence of fear. So when you have a complete trust that God is taking care of me and in everything around me, even if life sometimes appears that it's very scary and bad at times, we need to trust that God has a reason, and trusting that whatever God has planned for us in my path, He has planned it for good reason. So we place that fear with trust and unconditional love, this love of all of life, everything in our life. But unconditional love can dissolve cancer. And it's just very powerful. And this, I gave an example with Anita Morjani, this beautiful lady, this Indian lady and she was dying in the hospital in a coma, and she met her dad when she was in a coma. Somehow she had an out-body experience, and she met her dad and a friend that already had passed away from cancer, and she realized and understood, had a very beautiful understanding of how she ended up having cancer and being, seeing all her organs shutting down. Most of this, if it's not everything, was caused by fear. And, everything that was caused by the culture, the judgment, the stereotype, the laws, the rules, all the rigidity, of life. All this create that state of mind, And this lady, she made the choice to come back from her coma. She had choice not to come back. She decided to come back, and she changed her whole life. And within 2 weeks, she was already feeling better. When she got out of the hospital, she was completely healed and cured. No more cancer at all. And her organs were all shutting down. And I'm telling you. So this is a proof, okay, that the fear with unconditional love, you can, heal yourself with unconditional love. So you can Google her, and if you want to learn more about her, her name is Anita Moorjani, Moorjani. She's a beautiful lady. So, following forgiveness, the unconditional love, when I thought that, okay, was progressing a little bit here, and I asked God, so what next? I heard in my mind that I needed to talk about love, and I thought that this could not be right. I thought that, I doubt myself. I doubted myself again. You see, it doesn't matter. Sometimes just like, okay, I'm sorry. I did doubt myself a little bit. Well, the same week, because I didn't feel like I didn't know what I would say, what would be the next thing I had to say. But there was more to say about love, because love is in everything. In the same week, I received an email from a friend, and it was just so beautiful, and it was just saying, love is in everything, and was saying, where is love? Love, just, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what is your knowledge. It doesn't matter what is your faith, your nationality, your culture. It doesn't matter, what is the money in your bank account. It doesn't matter if you can even move mountains, without love, I'm nothing. I'm nothing. The same thing without God, not without God in my life, everything going wrong. So without love, same thing, everything goes wrong, So just love is just powerful. It's, just be aware. So I just like the way it makes me feel also, just feeling love. It's beautiful. When I think about this, it just feel like, I just want, sometimes when I talk about love and I talk about God, I just want to be, I want to be on service, because otherwise, it should all be, it's what we're here for. We all here, I am here to learn, but I am here to be on service, here for others, to become a better person, to be, get more knowledge, or, I just want to do, His glory too, and His grace, and just move on, learn more about everything. So here, so now we have been talking about the power of the prayers, the fear, unconditional love. So now, we are more empowered, we empowered ourselves to nurture our soul. So now we have more discernment and clarity about love. And then we can welcome my new subject tonight is the power of forgiveness. So I just call this power of forgiveness because I just feel like it's one of the most valuable gifts we can possibly do to ourselves. Like it's just the peace that it give that will provide, and also the power of forgiveness. It's like the health. It's of your energy. It's the highest priority. And a peace of mind. This is what brings us. Forgiveness, let me say this again. So forgiveness will give us, what gives me? Forgiveness gives me peace of mind, and it should be my highest priority because it gives me higher energy. So I just feel like, I just trust that I can totally feel good with myself if I don't have love within myself, and if I don't do any of the work in the practice of forgiveness. Mother Teresa once said, if we really want to love, we must learn how to forgive. Same, in other words, and I just quote Mr. Brian McGill. He says, and he said it in beautiful words as well, there is no love without forgiveness, and there is no forgiveness without love. So it does take a lot of courage to forgive, because somehow it's like we have to dig deep inside of us, and just be in touch with our feelings, and also about the feelings, the power of the words and the action, the words that been touching us, and the action of people that same way make us, feel upset and mad, But for each and every one of us, we need to forgive each and every moment and every situation. So forgiveness is not only we forgive a person, we forgive the moment, we forgive a situation. And we have to be more aware of the energy of the unforgiveness energy. The unforgiveness energy, it's the energy we feel when we feel really bad, when we feel upset, where we want to cry, when we are in pain, when the stomach start to hurt, and all this unforgiveness energy, comes from a driver who's pretty upset, hearing somebody driving beside you that is yelling, to another driver. Could be your neighbor, could be your boss, a family member being upset, saying words to you, upsetting you with thoughts, words. Could be your doctor telling you that, like this week, I had an appointment. What was my appointment? It was about my follow-up with radiation. I had a follow-up with radiation and radio oncologist, and he was telling me that people can do very long, like me. I have metastasized in the bones. But when he said that to me, you see, my thinking is, I just know what you're saying to me is, okay, eventually I'm gonna die, but it'll take me a while. I just feel like every time I go see a doctor, that's all I can think of is they all think I'm gonna die. I just know it. It's very hard. Now I have to hold my energy so I don't get upset about it and just let it be, because I already know they all think I'm gonna die. Everybody think that, say this. Lots of them. But I have to. This is an example of low energy, a low situation where I have to forgive the situation because I cannot get stuck in the mud. Otherwise, it's not helping me to move on with my life. And it's like I'm not doing the little oncology meeting, because I go there and people cry, and I cannot do this. I'm too much up, beating, fighting. Didn't want to say anything about this, but it just came to me in my mind. So we have somehow to find any non-forgiveness feeling, energy within us. And this was some example. And we should never try to challenge confrontation unless we are in a place from acceptance, forgiveness, compassion, and completely unconditional love. But why should we initiate the process of forgiveness? This gentleman, I want to say John Connolly, he would say that there's nobility and compassion There's a beauty in empathy, a grace in forgiveness. So what could be more liberating and powerful than to find your inner peace and your spiritual well-being and your health back, by increasing your level of energy, But this is with the time to let go and just to work, on yourself. This will give you the inner peace that you need. It's really it's the practice of the letting go and the forgiveness, So being willing to do the spiritual work, it's what brings you, to healing and feeling good about yourself, about your well-being and being healthy. Who do you think is the most in pain, between two persons when something happened, the one that did wrong to you, or yourself turning the situation like a recorder in your mind, And of course, that's the person who's holding the grudge, get hurt by anger and resentment, by repressing anger inside yourself and holding it, onto, a resentment. This is what creates negative, it's like very negative effect, on your body, and I'm talking in your mental, physical, spiritual, and, in the relation well-being, because a lot of people mentally, will get depressed or get anxiety. Physically, will get sick, will get stomach ulcer. Spiritually, people then start to be mad at God. They're losing their faith, and and just even the relationship, well-being, just create tension, the fear, and the trust in God. But why is it so difficult to forgive? I think the hardest part of forgiveness, of the process of forgiveness, is just the understanding why in the first place, why we should forgive. This is what's the hardest part. And this is not an easy process, and it's not very easy. It's painful to dig deep into ourselves. And the thing is, our brain remembers. Our brain doesn't forget. Our brain creates resistance because the brain is trying to protect us, and he really remembers, and he remembers what happened, the way you were in pain last time somebody talked to you that way, last time you met that person. Then you get a flash of how you felt, because you never remember. I never forget the way somebody make you feel. I mean, the person make you feel good, great, but when the person make you feel, not that good, you don't forget. So the brain doesn't forget, and the brain makes you, rewind you this, and trying to protect you, and that's how you get the block and the filtered, and then you get like very protective of yourself, so much like you're on guard. You're on guard. You're a little guard here, holding your ground. You're ready to fight, ready to attack in case somebody's coming, because of your brain. Your brain is powerful, remembers the drama, the mental confusion, the illusion, the hallucination here, like creation of your little chatting here, just because you do remember. Brain is smart. It doesn't like to be threatened. It's trying to protect you, to protect your well-being, trying to it's there for your safety. So all this unforgiveness, all those thoughts, all this movie going on, this feelings going on, that the turmoil, inside of you, this unforgiveness, it's like all negative feelings trapped inside of you. It's like in the cahoots, cahoots. It's conspiring, to damage you. He will damage you if you let it be, if you don't do anything about it. Make you feel bad, absolutely. Make you feel like, well, that's just the way it is. I met a friend this afternoon, and we were talking, and I said, it's funny as it is. At some time when I am in, for example, I'm home, and this situation she was talking about, doesn't matter the situation she was talking about. She said that when I get in that situation, physically, I feel it. And I said, this is good. It's good that you're able to recognize it, to be acknowledged it. It's good that now you can acknowledge it, feel it, acknowledge that I can feel you. I know how you feel. You acknowledge the symptoms. You acknowledge how your body reacts. Now you need to talk to your feelings. You need to talk to your stomach if you have to. Say, hey, I know you're in pain right now. I know it hurts. I understand it, acknowledge it, but now it's time to go. Just go, leave me. I don't need you right now in my body. Because okay, but you have to change the behavior, you have to change the process, the thinking process, so you don't get to this. You have to. That's the only way, the best way, when you acknowledge it, to be able to move on. There was this unwillingness to forgive, the reluctance can really, really damage our health, and it can even decrease our immune system. This gentleman, he's a clinical psychologist and researcher. His name is Everett Worthington. And he has spent 2 decades studying forgiveness. He says that forgiveness is not about forgetting or pardoning an offense. It's about replacing negative feelings with feelings of care and compassion. And it's a genuine desire for reconciliation. And he also advised every time you feel unforgiveness, you are more likely to develop a health problem. So please, don't hold to your anger. It can harm your health. It can give you really, really bad anxiety. Can give you, if you're getting shorter breath, if you're realizing that you're going through a situation and you feel shorter breath, your chest feels tight, you need to withdraw yourself from the situation because your energy right now is low, or your energy of the situation or the person affect your own energy. You better to stay quiet, withdraw yourself, and remove yourself from the energy. So also the studies shows that when you suppress anger, it will increase your heart rate, it will increase your blood pressure, and also it does impair your immune system. So that's pretty, that's serious. This is not good. We don't want that, Anger should not become a way of living. No. We need to be more nurtured toward ourselves. Just be aware of to have a forgiving attitude, to be more compassionate thoughts, and and just have a good open mind to love and healing, and we need to rewire our brain as well, and it's just a new way of thinking. Just being free of resentment and grudges, will improve your health, decrease the stress, and improves our chance of happiness. Same thing, then just also using how did I say, unconditional love. So it's in September. Hi, Princess. Can you wait a little bit? She wants to go outside a little bit. No, wait a little bit. Won't be long. She just went just before we started. It's not like, I'll be right with you, okay? When I talk to, she wants me to talk to her. In September, I want to tell you something. I need to pet her a little bit. She needs attention. Yes, Princess. In September, I want to tell you something. When I learned that after my last PET scan, that it was that my nose, I always itch when I'm doing a video. I don't know why. So when I learned, when I got the result of my PET scan, and I knew, I mean, for a while it was in my spine, and I think it was stable, and I'm so thirsty. Sorry. But when I learned it was not only on my spine, it was on my ribs, but it was a little bit more advanced and large. On the ribs, the pelvis, my right proximal femur, but when I read it was on my skull, this is when I decided that, okay, maybe I need to stop working a little bit, just to withdraw myself for a while, just, to take better care of myself. And I'm telling you this because this is part of my journey, and I want you to understand where I am, where, right now, how I'm processing myself through everything we have been talking to forgiveness, to and healing, and working on my energy. So I'm going to want to tell you what I heard, what I've been told in September, when people just realized that there was a possibility that, for now, I'm taking a time off from work. And apparently, and I've been told that my my diagnosis was not so good. And I had friends clearly, like for some reason, to tell me that I was terminal. And you are terminal, it's terminal. And I have people, friends, neighbors, family members telling me, how long do you have to leave? I mean, I was just getting off from work, not very long, and I've been told, so what are you going to do? Are you going to sell your house? Are you going to be hospice? Are you going to get hospice at your house? But what are you going to do if you don't sell your house? You're going to have hospice here? And I said, yeah, I'm thinking about selling the house because I want to move on and I need change. And I've been told that I was going to get broke. You're going to get on the street. You're going to be broke. And, and I've been told, you can always come in my house, but, you're going to drive me crazy. And, but yeah, you can stay in my house. And, I've been asked, are you going to send your buddy in Canada? I've even been told it was not time for me to have a relationship. So I should not think about a relationship anymore. Well, this is what people think. It's not good, not a good time. I guess no more love for Nathalie, just love for myself. Just kidding here. But and then poor guy, whoever was going to be there, and you need to work on your living will. I got that one. Yeah, I'm still working on my living will. So I've been painting a little bit though, and people say you need to stop. You're gonna kill yourself. Everything was about all the fact that I was gonna die, and I've been hearing so much in a short short period of time at a certain point. I remember I texted my dad at 4 o'clock in the morning one day, and I texted her that I was dying. And that was it. And I called a friend the day after, and I said, I'm dying. And we spent probably 30 seconds on the phone without talking to each other. I think I traumatized him, that friend. But I'm laughing, but hey, this is serious. This is very serious. I mean, is this something you would like somebody to tell you? I mean, regardless of whatever's going to happen to me, please don't take my hope. My hope is mine. Don't take anybody's hope. When people have cancer, they believe, whatever they believe, please don't take it away from them. Please, let them be. Let them be happy. Let them be flying. Let them fly. Let them sing. Let them walk. Let them believe. They need that. They need this for their own soul, for their heart. Don't steal their joy, please. It's too painful. You don't have to do this. I mean, I'm just saying this because I'm sharing my journey. When I've been talking to this other friend, the other friend were more mad than me, really. And because I have a friend who said, hey, you have a bed in my room. Just know that you have a bed right here in my house and your name is on it. So I'm not ever going to end up on the street. And, but it's just what it is. But, hey, it's, those are good people. They were really worried for me. Whatever they said, it's just, I can't even be mad to those. I cannot be mad because one is my sister, other than a neighbor, others are a friend. I cannot be mad at them because I love them so much. They all have good intention. The only thing is usually sometimes when we look at people, sometimes we look at people in a way that it's something you have to work on yourself. You look at the person, this is the person problem. When somebody look at me like I should do something, it's because the other person should do that thing. Or this is something the other person needs to work on herself, on themselves. So those people keep trying to do my living will. Yes, I do do my living well, but it happened that the other person was very preoccupied to do their own living well too. It just goes on the other way. And it's just example. This is a kind of example of low energy. And there's different way to handle this kind of situation, It's just like a projection of their life. When they look at me, it's like I'm shaking their own life, because when they see me with the possibility I can die, they have to face their own death. Because people are not able to face the fact they're going to die. So when me being very close of people, they have to face that's going to happen to them. And they don't like it. It's easier to tell me what to do, what not to do, than to do the work inside of themselves. Easier. Yes, easier. Because lots of time, this is not Nathalie's problem. It's not the person's problem. When people are telling you that things, doesn't mean it's not your problem. Sometimes it's the other person's problem, So don't take offense sometimes. Just understand it and forgive the person and forgive the situation. This is an example of forgiveness. We start with small practice of forgiveness. So finally, when I look at all the comments and all the person that made those comments, I look at them with love, because what I found in my heart, I found compassion, understanding, acceptance, and unconditional love. And I truly do, because I truly believe those were beautiful friends that I like, beautiful neighbors that I really love. Sisters are great. My sisters are beautiful. It's just sometimes we just have just forgive the situation again, and forgive the person, just the way it is. And we need to release, and that low energy, when it's happening, we just need to let it go. Because again, that those low energy, this kind of situation that I've been told, like I said earlier, it can become, you can get this too when you go to your doctor's appointment, when you go see a friend with a pet, a situation, or any situation, family members. Those are situations where you will need to use a small practice of forgiveness and be in touch with within you, and talk to your feeling, and and really acknowledge it, and you have to let it go, and not try to hold. And I want to say, and if you hold that non-forgiveness inside of you, it's like it's a low energy, holding all of this state. You say, no, I'm not doing any work, I'm not doing any forgiveness, that's not going to happen, I am upset, I am mad, there's no way, she should have never said this to me, there's no way that I am going to accept the situation, it's not going to happen like this, I know better, I am better. And when we're just like this, can you hear yourself sometimes? Is that some thought, maybe something you didn't say, but remember, everything you think is as powerful than your own actions. But all those things, everything you hold, those negative thoughts, your feelings, all those anger, the resentment, when you hold this inside of you, it's like it goes in your energy field, in your soul, and it hurts your soul and your pathways. It creates pathways of anger, resentment, and this is what starts to create sickness. Again, everything is around this. So we do have to accept, and to be able to forgive. That the small practice, all of this, small with a small one practice, acceptance. We have to accept the situation, not only talk the feeling, acknowledge it in everything with us, and give it to God. But we do have to accept it. It's very important. You accept your boss, you accept your family member, your sister, you accept your friend, you accept the way the situation is, but you have to accept the way the person is, just the way it is. Because your health is your energy, and of your energy is the highest priority. It's just very important. But listen, we always have choice. So what are the choices to do? Because you can say, hey, well, it's not going to happen like this, okay? So if my energy is not good, I feel today that because of that situation, I feel like my energy is low. I have two choices. I'm going to have a choice to make. So choice number one, I do accept whoever is the person or the situation. Could be the friend of the neighbor, you or whoever it is. You have to accept them exactly how they are, and to choose. You can still choose to have them in your life, knowing that you must energetically rebalance after your own energy every time you are encountered with those people, with the friends, or you choose that this energy is very harmful to you, and it's unhealthy, and because of this, but you still need to accept them the way they are. You still need practice of forgiveness, but you make the choice, yet make a choice to not spend time with their energy. But either way, you're gonna have to accept them, to forgive them. But one, you accept that every time, but you're gonna interact with those people, you're gonna need somehow to rebalance your own energy, because every time you're gonna return in that pattern with those friends, the situation, work is always a lot of negative. Lots of time it's negative. When you come back home, you have no choice. What do? You quit your job, or you go there in your work, in your negative energy. Well, okay. Well, I have no choice here. So it's not even a choice, Nathalie. Okay, so keep going, return at your job. But somehow, when you get out of your job, you're gonna have to rebalance your energy. Peace of mind. You're gonna have to, get your energy higher, and raise your energy, or hold on when you're at work to hold that energy. Or the other choice is you totally withdraw yourself. And remember, any confrontation, should be done unless it comes from a place of acceptance, forgiveness, compassion, and unconditional love. It's very important. So what is low energy? I mean, I've been talking, and I want to say, I just feel like we're getting there here. Stay with me. So our low energy, any judgmental thought or word spoken is low energy. And you can notice this low energy when people complains about the weather, but we are in a state it is a state of non-acceptance. And what it means, we do not accept what the person is saying, or we don't accept the weather. We do accept that this person didn't call, or we do accept our neighbors' behaviors. We do not accept a family member's words. We do not accept that it's hot outside, or it is cold, it's raining. I mean, name this. This is how we humans think all day long. So we do need to accept the truth, the reality, and life, because as it is in this exact moment, because all of this lower all our energy. What it means is we have to accept it. Otherwise, this low energy, it's like we have to be in a state of forgiveness toward this and accept this and hold the energy from it. Hey, if we can't change it, why try to go on and about it and talk about it and make just non-stop about it? I remember when I was younger, my dad was saying to me, hey, if you keep complaining, I don't want you to stay with me. He said this to me one time. So when I knew I was with him, I was not allowed to complain. But you know what? I grew up with this and I never forgot. So when I go to work and I'm hearing people complaining all the time, it bothers me. It bothers me to hear people complaints. But when you're used to not hearing complaints, and this is a way of life, you want to live your life, do you like to hear complaints all the time? I mean, somehow it just brings me down. How about you? Do you think it brings you down? But guess what? When you do complain too, you bring everybody else down with you as well, Think about it. So, it's just something to think, and this is a start to practice with a small stuff. Start to practice forgiveness with this kind of stuff. To catch yourself complaining, catch yourself trying to listen to your own thoughts when they get negative. You say, it's negative here. Nathalie, what were you thinking? Being after church today, I was reading something on the side of the road, says, We buy houses. 5 days, they give you cash money. And I started to go on and on about it in my mind. I said, whoa, wait a minute, stop it. But you know what? It did feel good because I cut myself. Feel proud of myself. So when you do those little practice and you forgive yourself, you catch yourself, no less complain, and you're listening, you be aware, more aware, you talk to your own feeling, and you clear your energy, or you hold on to it to make it when it's higher. When people's are negative, you hold on to yours, Then when something bigger happens, when a big major something happens in life, so you have the tools. You do have the tools to maintain your energy through the crisis, Could be when a family member's death or sickness, loss of a job, a relationship, separation, Otherwise, you're going to go in a spiral. You will spiral very deep in low energy because you're not going to know how to get out of it. So if you start to practice right now, like I'm practicing it right now, then it's easier. And then people are wondering, why is she so strong? Well, I've been working on it. This is what I've been doing. I'm just sharing with you what I've been doing. You can release all the energy, even you can release the energy from others. And remember, you are always in control. So when people's around, when you feel your own energy dropping, because it does happen sometimes, you talk to people and you said, oh, I don't know what's going on. My energy is going down. Well, you know what? When you recognize it, you're aware that your energy is dropping, it's affecting you. The best thing what you do, and you want to remain silent for a little bit, you remove yourself, you withdraw gently yourself, and then you from the person or from the situation, and then you go somewhere to re-energize and rebalance your energy. This is a good way, to feel better and somehow to forgive the situation, and doesn't affect your own energy. You want to keep your energy as high as possible, your vibration as high, your frequency as high as possible. This is what keeps the peace within you, and this is what keeps you healthy, helps to be healthy. This is all the work I'm doing, and I'm thinking about it, So all those small practice, like I said, the complaint, just observe the complaint you're doing, the weather situation, and non-judgment about your thoughts. Being non-judgmental about the thought. Catch your own thoughts, the weather, the complaints. Be aware, you observe your feeling. All of this is small practice that promise you somehow you will benefit from it. And you do some tips to help with the forgiveness, and I'm getting at the end of this, is to develop empathy, and compassion, and just get it with yourself first. Compassion for yourself, always first. And sometimes it's okay to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, helps you to have a better understanding. And let go of expectation. This is expectation, really. If you don't have any expectation, you can get hurt. It's a good way to, protect your energy and yourself, your feelings, your heart, your little soul. Keep it clean, And remember always to forget, no confrontation. I'm repeating again, no confrontation unless we accept the other person, we accept the neighbor, the friend, we accept our boss, we accept the family member, just the way they are, the way they sit, We can't change people. We cannot even think about changing somebody else. We cannot change the world neither. We can always just work on ourselves. And not to be afraid to be in touch and dig deep within your feelings and just touch the feeling, be aware of it. It's just not a monster, just something that happened. It's a situation. Just if you have to, write it down, write a letter, write the situation, write the way you feel, write, you're mad at somebody, write it down. Write it down if you have to. You want to burn the paper, make a little fires somewhere, safe fire, safe place. Hi, princess. So yes, all this, this is what brings healing, and it's just something that I am doing. It's going to be my practice, and it's something I wanted to share with you. So it's important it will help to move with my life, move with your life. So this is what I wanted to talk about tonight. Thank you very much for being with me, and I hope you like the video. And again, I'm doing this video because I'm trying to go at the Hippocrates Healing Institute. So I am trying to raise money, and I believe we still have my John Reynolds started the GoFundMe, and I believe we have until the end. He said we have until the end of the month. I don't know if we already had any. If the last day is the 31st of December, I think we're gonna know more about this soon, next week. Matter of fact, I think I'll let you know. But hey, I'm very happy you're there. You've been listening. You've been with me, and I'm very thankful that you are here with me on my journey. And hey, if you like my video, please share and share the video. And hopefully, I hope you learned something from my journey, because it was a pleasure and an honor to share it with you. And I want to know that I'm very thankful and grateful for everything. And if you need me, I'm here for you. Okay? I love you, and good night. Bye.